play. Welcome to the newest edition of TNInews with your host, JC. Hey, all you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here, and welcome to a Monday edition of TNInews Live. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So anyway, welcome, and let us see who is in the house. I see Everett is here on time today. Good to see you, Everett. Mr. Allmine is in the house. I'm just going to go with 777. Action figures are great. Good to see you. So news-wise, it's kind of a slow, been a slow couple of days since I last talked to you guys on Friday, but got a few things to talk about today. Some rumors that, I honestly have no idea whether they are accurate. But the person for Marvel Legends that put it out there, displaying model behavior, put out a list last year that ended up being fairly accurate. So due to his track record of getting last year right, I thought it would be worth talking about. Though again, I personally have no idea if the figures are accurate. Even like he has a video on his YouTube channel about these. And even when you listen to his video, he seems kind of pretty unsure about some of them. So I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. But we'll talk about that today. There's a Transformer rumor floating around that I just came to my attention right before going live that I was just starting to look into. But something about new Transformer G.I. Joe collab figures, which they've been doing. Obviously, also I have the fan blowing, so if you're hearing like wind in the mic, let me know and I can turn the fan off. But just know that I do have the fan on currently. But anyway, so G.I. Joe Transformer collab figures, but that would end up being like the Transformer robots would be Titan size, which basically equates to like a Metroplex or Fortress Maximus, that they've done in years past. Scorponok, those bigger ones, not quite as big as like Unicron behind me there, but definitely would be bigger than what they've been doing with their G.I. Joe Transformer collab. So talk a little bit about that. Let's see who else is joining us. Another Jay is in the house. What is up, my friend? Any 118 today? Other than Jay, I'm not. I'm bigger than 4-inch. I don't know if that's what you meant, but Paul Zach's in the house. Happy to see you. Happy Monday. Quinn's Comics is in the house. Good to see you. Mr. St. John. No fan sound good. Good, because it was a little warm down here, so it kind of sucked for me if I had turned the fan on. But yeah, so let's just jump into some of the news that we've got going on today. So, well, and this is another recent development. So it looks like Super7 is testing the waters of stripped down deluxe figures. So this is a 7-inch sized deluxe figure with virtually no accessories. So or I should say ultimate figure, stripped down ultimate figure, which they're calling a deluxe figure. But basically you can see, you've got this one microphone and the ID, and that's it. So no multiple heads, no multiple hands. Not sure how he holds the mic with those hands, but I guess it works. But again, very basic packaging. So 7-inch fully articulated figure, which costs $35 as opposed to like the $55-$60 that regular ultimates tend to cost. So again, looks like they're kind of maybe testing the waters with the old dirty bastard musician, rapper figure, hip hop, whatever you want to call it. So this is going up for pre-order today. Already up at Super 7, should be up at 3 p.m. Eastern time at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. But I'm guessing that we might start seeing this deluxe figure treatment with other brands. So, I'm curious to know if you think that's a way to go, like getting a lot less in accessories at a cheaper price. Would that be something that would encourage you to buy more Super 7 Ultimate figures, or not so much? Would you rather they continue to do the accessories at the higher price? And Jeremy says, uh, how's the deluxe? The only price is deluxe. The offering is poor. How is this deluxe? The only price is deluxe. Well, I think the idea being deluxe is a step down from the ultimate. So it's deluxe because it's a 7-inch figure. But and Diamond Select Toys does it as well. I've seen them do, like, they have their select figures, their 7-inch select figures, and then they have deluxe figures that have less accessories. So it's the same idea, but essentially it's giving you a 7-inch figure with few accessories, but at a basically half the price. Jeremy says nothing from Super 7 has got me interested since the 2003 Turtle announcement. Shin says, I think that's a good strategy, though I hope they need a few hands. I'll be the first to say that I'm not a huge fan of a lot of alternate hands. Like, give me, I mean, and a little bit will depend on the character, but give me hands that look somewhat normal but can hold like an accessory, like a weapon or something, and I'm good with that. I don't need like 50 pairs of hands. My alternate hands always just go into a drawer, and then I'm lucky if I ever see them again. Quinn Comics is in the house. I would prefer Super 7 making their ultimate figures with a few less items in order to lower cost. I mean, how many sets of hands do we? Yeah, it's kind of my thinking. But I mean, you can see with this ODB figure that, I mean, it's very minimal accessories. It's a small microphone and a little ID card. So, um, it's not even like, I mean, at most, if it was a turtle figure, and I'm just speculating here, but like if they were to do like deluxe turtle figures, it would be like Michelangelo with just his signature weapon, and that would probably be it. Judge Dredd says only the ACBA guys want 1,000. Well, guys who do toy photography, yeah, I agree. More accessories, things like that, they definitely like. I'm not sure it wouldn't be a bad strategy to do like, and I've seen like, I want to say it's like Valaverse that was doing hand packs. So like, if you wanted to start, instead of like including all the accessories that might everybody might not even want, maybe doing them as separate releases, like a hand pack, a head pack, a weapons pack, things like that, which obviously you'd have to pay more for. But if you didn't want those extra things, then you could get the actual figure itself, cheaper. Asan17, good to see ya. Nice Woody Woodpecker avatar there. Is there even a market for musician figures? I have never had anyone ask about that kind of stuff. I'm going to say yes, simply because so many different companies do them. Um, my guess is it's probably not necessarily your traditional action figure collector, but people that are just into bands and musicians. Um, and obviously there could be some crossover there, but just because so many companies seem to do them, We've seen NECA do them before. We've seen McFarlane do musician figures, Super 7. So I I feel like there's a market. It's kind of like sports figures. I mean, I personally have never been interested in sports figures, but obviously there's enough of a market for them that companies continue to do them. But I feel like somebody's going to collect a sports figure is a bigger fan of the sport than they are of action figures themselves. It's just kind of a cool crossover. The price tag, Shin says, the price tag has been important in me dropping a lot of their figures. I think 3 pair of hands are fine, like most figures are more than enough with the holding hands, fists, and some posing hands. But Super 7 lost me on quality control and little to no articulation work. Quality control seems to be kind of a hit or miss thing with Super 7. Like, I've had very little issues with my Thundercat figures, but I've heard other people say with other lines, you know, that they definitely, and I would say with the GI Joe Ultimates, I did have like with loose joints and stuff. I wasn't super happy with the GI Joe Ultimates. So, but it kind of seems to depend on the line and such with Super 7. All right, let's see what other news we got. Not a whole lot on the McFarlane front since I talked to you guys on Friday. Last week we got a ton of news. They did release official images for their their regular Batman Beyond 6-inch DC Direct figure. Um, Now on their social media, they said this would be available at select retailers. On their official description that they put out, they indicated both Walmart and Target. Now, a couple things to note with these official images, it only lists the figure's gold label. The ones I've seen of people finding at Walmart stores had it listed as a platinum edition figure, so I'm not sure why that is. There is also the gold label platinum edition that I talked about last week that has the unmasked head, which I'm thinking that one's going to be at Target. This one is at Walmart, and I'm wondering if they just got confused when they put out saying Target and Walmart because there's the two different versions. I don't know. McFarlane a lot of times is not the best communicator, so and they put out so many different variants and everything that I think they even lose track. So I don't know. But I believe Walmart is the place to find this version. And if it is a gold label as well, that would indicate it is in fact a Walmart exclusive. So maybe this one will start showing up at Target as well, but it's just not super clear to me whether that's accurate information, even though it did come from McFarlane. But we'll see. But other than that, I don't really have anything new on the McFarlane front. We've got for the red and black variant for the turtle figures, Mirage Comics, the Foot Enforcer and the Assassin. So these are now listed on Target's website. They're not available for purchase. But we've seen people starting to find this figure in their physical stores. And I believe there's nothing here that says Target exclusive, but I believe these red and black figures are Target exclusives. You may recall NECA did a blue version of this guy here, which was exclusive to Walmart. So I'm thinking this one, and I don't think this one has shown up at physical stores. At least I haven't seen any reports of people finding this one. So, but I believe both of these are going to be. These are in fact Target exclusives. Again, both of them are listed, even though not available for purchase, and possibly these will go up sometime during the Target Geek-Out event, which kicks off this coming Friday, the 30th. So I don't know which company is going to have products dropping on this coming Friday yet. Maybe Turtles, maybe NECA. I don't know. It's possible. But 8 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Time is when the pre-orders will go live on the Target website. So it's possible these will be, offered. And I do say possible. It might just be a coincidence that they listed them, but possibly this could be Friday's. These guys could be offered during Friday's Target Geek-Out event. And again, whatever it is on Friday, it will launch at 8 a.m. Central Time. That's when the Target Geek-Out stuff goes up each Friday. And how much stuff. The only reason why I question about NECA is a lot of times in the past, NECA stuff didn't go up during the Geek Out event because NECA gets their own, haulathon event. So I don't know. Right now, like I say, we'll just have to wait and see. Sometimes they give us hints, but I don't think they have anything out. Yeah, so and it's each Friday, starting again this coming Friday, the 30th, and it'll run for each Friday. There'll be pre-order drops every Friday until October 4th. So, in each week, it's a different company. So, McFarlane will probably have a week, at least one. Sometimes companies do get more than 1 week, but it's not like multiple companies each Friday. It's each company gets a particular Friday. So Hasbro usually has stuff. I'm guessing that's, like I said, on Friday. If you got my video on Friday, I speculated that the Venom pool that they announced at San Diego Comic-Con, which is a Target store exclusive, that will go up sometime during this event. And well, I doubt it'll be this Friday's pre-order, but you never know. Of course, we do have the Outriders figure that's going up on Thursday for Marvel Legends. So we've got our first official image released by Dan Young. It is not a 2-pack. I know they keep showing 2 of the figures, but it's the same figure with 2 heads. So if you buy 2, then you can have 2 different versions of the Outrider. But it is a single release figure with the extra head. So just know it is not a 2-pack. It is a single release. You can see there's the packaging for it. And that is a single release. But you get the alternate head. So, essentially you can have the 2 different versions. If you decide to army build this guy, they're going to give you that. I don't know what the price is going to be. This will be available as a fan channel exclusive and Amazon. There's a look at it from San Diego Comic-Con. Little video I took during San Diego. So 1 p.m. on Thursday for that one. Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, Hasbro Pulse, Amazon. All those places should have it. All right, so let's talk this rumored list again by displaying model behavior. If you want to check out his entire video, go check out his YouTube channel. Again, displaying model behavior. He put out a list of figures last year that turned out to be fairly accurate, which is why I have not personally confirmed any of these, other than, like he mentioned in his video, the ROM figure. And he made it sound like Hasbro hadn't already confirmed ROM. So I don't know if he forgot that ROM was already confirmed. But ROM is definitely coming. That was on his list because Hasbro confirmed that at San Diego Comic-Con. But let's just go down the list real quick. So for X Factor figures, Jean Grey in her green and yellow outfit, and Cyclops in one of his X Factor outfits. We already gotten the yellow or the white and blue outfit that he wore as part of the original X Factor team. But he had, his traditional yellow and dark blue outfit that he first started wearing before he switched over to the blue and white stripes one. So I don't know which version of Cyclops we're going to get. Warpath, an X-23 2-pack in X-Force colors, along with Archangel, which I'm sure will just be a repaint of the Archangel that we recently got, only again in X-Force colors. Moonstone from the Dark Avengers. Spider-Man figures, a retro cardback Chameleon. We already have. Didn't we just get a Chameleon? I don't know. 90s Clone Saga Kane, a female Electro, Spider Boy, which they hinted at San Diego Comic Con, Spider Man Ultimate, hinted at San Diego Comic Con, a new Agent Venom, a battle damaged Spider Man, an anti Venom. Sony PlayStation video game figures, Black Cat, Ghost Rider, alternate suit. I'm not sure what that was. X-Men figures. This one, Green Banshee, repaint of the yellow one that we got, I'm sure. Professor Xavier for X-Men 97 with a hover chair. So, Professor X in the jumpsuit, I guess. Generation X, Husk, Fabian Cortez, Retro Mystique. And I can't, other than Banshee, I can't say these X-Men figures are exciting me too much. I don't really need another Mystique, but Retro Mystique. I guess some of you have been wanting that one. Deadpool, said to be the same Deadpool that we got in that San Diego Comic Con set a while back with the Bob figure. Again, Rom, the Space Knight, has in fact been confirmed, so we know that one is coming. Classic Adam Warlock, Ultimate Miles Morales, Tobey Maguire black suit Spider-Man from the third Spider-Man movie. So I got probably just a repaint of the one that they already did in black, but there you go. Daredevil Born Again from the upcoming series Punisher, which, if you've seen the leaked D23 trailer, we got our first look at the Punisher in there. Now, this to me is probably the most interesting and also probably the one I'm most skeptical on, Marvel versus Capcom line. Now, of course, at San Diego Comic Con, they did tease that X-Men video game Wolverine in the brown costume, or at least, let me say they teased a brown costume Wolverine and they put a bunch of figures from the X-Men video game around it to make us think it was part of a video game line. Now, keep in mind the X-Men video game is not from Capcom. So I don't know if somebody just made an assumption, Marvel versus Capcom, or maybe Marvel video game. I don't know. But Shumagorath, a lot of people have been wanting that one. Probably the same size as you see here in this image. Not a large version of Shuma, I'm guessing. Another Juggernaut, Captain America and Venom, which is said to be a 2-pack. War Machine and Omega Red, said to be a 2-pack. Wolverine and Silver Samurai, said to be a 2-pack. And Psylocke and Thanos, again, said to be a 2-pack. So a lot of, I'm guessing, repaints, reissues. But Shumagorath, definitely, I will be interested to see with these figures. And then a new Iron Man wave. So yet another Iron Man, not known which one. Mandarin. I know a lot of people have been wanting a good comic book based Mandarin, so it looks like we might finally be getting that next year. And I should note these listings are for next year, not this year. I believe most of these are slated for next year release, assuming they end up being correct. Crossbones and Constrictor 2-pack, kind of a weird 2-pack, but there you go. Punisher, Was unspecified, but if we're talking part of an Iron Man wave, the only Punisher I could think of would be a Punisher as War Machine, which they did before, but it wasn't the greatest figure. So I could definitely use an update of that if that's in fact what this is supposed to be. Um, and then another U.S. agent. So that's a curious one. Will it be like an X-Force version of U.S. Agent? Because we've already gotten here recently his regular outfit. We've had some variations of that outfit, so it could be just that. But it would be kind of interesting if they did an X-Force version of U.S. Agent, which is his most. That was like his costume that was the most changed from the regular kind of standard Captain America clone costume. So we'll be interested to see if again that ends up being correct, which version of U.S. Agent it is. So, like I say, I really don't know. I personally have not been able to verify any of these other than, like I say, the ROM, which Hasbro verified for us at San Diego. The Spider Boy seems like a likely bet because they pretty strongly hinted that with the tennis shoe. The Ultimate Spider Man from that cartoon series was also pretty strongly hinted. So those I feel pretty confident. But Shumagorath, again, and I'm maybe a deluxe size Shumagorath, but definitely not like a huge giant Shumagorath, if in fact we get that. And it'll be interesting to see whether it'll be like articulated or will it be bendy wire? Will like his tentacles be bendy wire or will it be actual articulation? I feel like bendy wire would be the better way to go, but I don't know. Judge Dredd's, yeah, I probably would pass on the Shuma out of those Marvel versus Capcom. Um, I can't really see myself getting any of the others because I feel like I have solid versions of all the other figures that were listed. So, until I see them, I'll hold final judgment. But honestly, the only one I really could see myself getting is the Shuma Gorath, if that ends up being correct. The Iron Man wave, I definitely would get Mandarin. If they give us a new updated Punisher War Machine, I would probably get that. U.S. Agent, since it's one of my favorite characters, will almost definitely get that one. Iron Man, definitely will have to see. Crossbones Constrictor, I feel like I've already got a decent Crossbones and Constrictor, so I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I have Constrictor, but I definitely have a decent Crossbones. Born Again Daredevil and Punisher, I definitely will be interested to check out. I'm really hoping that series ends up being good. Like I said, other than the Banshee and the green outfit, most of those X-Men I mean, Fabian Cortez, maybe. I don't really need another Deadpool. I didn't get any of the previous Generation X figures, so I definitely would pass on that one. The Professor X, I'll have to wait until I see it. But I'm pretty happy with the Professor X I already have, so I don't know if I really need another one. Same thing with Mystique, but again, that one would be I'd have to wait and see. So I know a lot of people would be excited for Clone Saga Keen, but I don't know if I would be or not. That's one I'd have to wait and see. So, like nothing on this list is like other than a small number or like must haves for me. But I'll have to wait and see. The Dreads, Punisher, War Machine, and Crossbones. Since I already wanted those, like I said, I already have a decent Crossbones, but Punisher, War Machine, I would definitely, if assuming it's not just like a reissue of the one they already did, then I would definitely get that one. Gobo Cop Customs and Reviews. Good to see you live streaming, Jay. I'm having a hard day. I'm tired as fuck and I have to work. I'm sorry to hear that you have to work, but maybe you can catch a nap. In fact, depending on when you have to go into work, if you're at work and you're listening to me, that's cool, assuming your boss. If you have time to nap and you're tired, go nap. You can come back and listen to me later. If you're on your way to work, then um, hopefully you can get some caffeine in you or something. Birds and boxes. I can't believe if this list is true. The fair. Oh yeah, I 100%. Now keep in mind this isn't necessarily every product that's coming out next year. So just because it's not on the list doesn't mean it wouldn't be coming. But yes, that definitely was one of my first thoughts. No Feral, no Excalibur Phoenix. Um, nothing really to complete the teams that I already have been building for years and waiting to complete. So, we got Wolfsbane last year, finally, thankfully, but really would like to see Feral to finish out my X Force team. But again, just assuming this list is legit, just because it's not on the list doesn't mean that it couldn't still come next year. Sammy, I'm so jazzed for the Banshee. Also, fingers crossed for a Jack of Hearts would be kind of interesting. I mean, he's a very obscure character, so probably a lot of people would pass on him. But I do remember him from the comics. I could be tempted to get that one. Not well, no, but keep in mind, from what I understand, this is stuff for next year. Assuming the Secret Wars is coming, that's supposed to be out this year. It's supposed to be out at the very end of this year. So I don't know PulseCon would be. My guess is when we would get more details on that, which is next month. Just a couple weeks away, September 13th. Um, I don't know if Hasbro is going to have any major plans for New York Comic Con this year. In recent years, they haven't done a whole lot. Usually, they would just go to show off their Haslab, which we're not getting this year. So I don't know if they'll go to show off Dragon Man, assuming they open the pre-orders for that during the time that they would have normally opened up the Haslab. So I don't know. But I'm thinking PulseCon for those because, again, those are 2024 product, or at least originally that's what they were listed as. Sean, do I know if Darkseid will have a throne? I hope if you're talking about the Justice League Snyderverse one and those recent McFarlane listings, I mean that's how it's listed with a throne. So I would assume yes, but all I know is what it says on the listing. Let me go back to those. Now these I'm much more confident in. These almost always, I mean, these are from online distributors. I mean, you can go to the link that's in the story on TNI, and you know those almost always end up being correct. So, but if you're talking about this mega fig, it's a mega fig, so that would suggest yes, throne, dark side with armor and throne. So from the Zack Snyder Justice League cut. So yes, throne is likely going to be included if that's the figure you're asking about. Or it says we still haven't gotten the warrior. Yeah, I feel like the Warrior 3 is coming maybe next year in some shape or form. Just the way they were talking at San Diego when they brought up those. So I feel like those are coming. All right, so let's see. What else do we have? For you Mondo fans, these just went up. or actually, they're going up on next Tuesday, September 3rd. So if you've been collecting the Mondo Batman animated series stuff, these are 12-inch figures, but we've got Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. So these are the accessories for Ivy. So I was wondering myself, so if you were the big giant plants that are tying up Batman do not look like are included. Guess you'll have to make your own plants. But those are your accessories. There's going to be an exclusive version, of course. That was from San Diego. Or I guess maybe it's just Poison Ivy. Is it just Poison Ivy? Yeah, I guess they just showed Harley Quinn with her in the image. But so my bad. It's Poison Ivy that's going up, not Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. Going up again next Tuesday on the Mondo shop website. 210 for the regular version, or 210 for the deluxe or exclusive version, and 195 for the regular version. We've got Beast Kingdom. If you collect their DAH line, is teasing, and we saw these at San Diego, but Batman movie figures. I want to say these are like 8-inch figures, if I remember correctly. Catwoman and Penguin coming as well. Oh, that's kind of pretty much it. Oh, so anyway, one of the other rumor, which again, best I can tell. So again, I have not spent a lot of time track. I literally just right before it was filming started hearing about this rumor. Um, so I think I want to say Cato Collectibles was the first one to start talking about this. And again, I have no idea how much truth there is in this, but the word going around is that for the GI Joe Transformer collab line, we could start seeing Titan-sized Transformer figures. So back in April, we had a bunch of leaked listings for Transformers, and one of the leaked listings for Hasbro Pulse um, was a Transformer San Diego based on the Skybound Comics Jetfire, possibly with some GI Joe figures. So I don't know if this is where these rumors originally stem from. And a lot of what I'm hearing seems to be more speculation than anything. Um, so I would take these rumors right now with a grain of salt. But essentially, you may recall several years ago, as Comic Con exclusives, Hasbro would take GI Joe vehicles and repaint them as Transformers. Um, they did Soundwave as a hiss. They didn't actually transform. The vehicles didn't transform. You would get the GI Joe vehicle. They'd essentially just take old GI Joe vehicles, from the 3 3/4 inch line and then paint them to look like Transformers, but they didn't actually transform. So like Starscream, a Sky Striker repainted as Starscream. I think they did Jetfire too. Um, his tank repainted to look like Soundwave, things like that. And then they would include like 3 3/4 inch GI Joe figures with them as well. So the best I can tell with this rumor is something similar to that, where they take like a GI Joe Sky Striker, and we're talking about 3 3/4 inch scale Sky Striker, not like classified Sky Striker. But if you took like a vehicle the size of a GI Joe Sky Striker and actually made it so it could transform into a robot, that the robot would end up being pretty close to Titan size, is I think what the thought is. So I guess we'll have to see if there's anything that comes of this, but that seems to be a rumor that's been going around. Connected. What Batman figure, New Adventures Batman, will be in Wave 4, and what characters will be in Wave 3? Um, I I don't have those memorized. Let me see if I can find that info. So I believe. So I don't remember like what's the newest wave. So in the listings that we just talked about a few minutes ago, there is a set of wave 4. So these are listed as wave 4. So we've got Batman, Riddler, and Scarecrow. I want to say, aren't there usually 4 figures in these waves? But maybe not. But I also wanted to go back to San Diego. Oh no, I was thinking of Batman the animated series. So because at San Diego they showed off. So they showed off this wave of animated series figures. These are all reissues, but the Build-A-Figure, which is what they always do, they give you a brand new Build-A-Figure with Zeus. But I don't, off the top of my head, remember what Wave 3 consisted of for the New Adventures. I'd have to go back and kind of hunt that down. But Wave 4 was in the newest listings. And there was a wave that was supposed to be Target exclusive that never got released. I'm trying to remember what those were. But off the top of my head, I don't remember Wave 3. Jeremy, who do I think would win in a fight, Darkseid or Thanos? Well, assuming Thanos didn't have his Infinity Gauntlet, I would say Darkseid. What's up, Toy Farce? Toy Farce is in the house. Is there a complete list of leaked listings anywhere? I swear I saw they had a JSA 3-pack coming out. Like, I don't, like, not one page. Like, if you go to TNI, and you go into the search section and just do listings, most of them should all come up. But I don't remember, like, if you're looking for one specific figure or something, you're just going to have to kind of go through and look through all the listings, because they don't have like just one page with every single listing that's been out there. I should probably maybe think about doing that, but and I, and there are so many listings and stuff that it is very hard to keep track. Like, you'll notice that, see, like some of these listings have already started to go up for pre-order and stuff, but there's still stuff in these listings that have not. So there was a listing for like the New Adventures Batman. It was a multi-pack with Poison Ivy and Livewire and Supergirl. That is yet to be officially solicited. But most of these others in this list have either been released or already out. So this list, dated on June 3rd, is about where we are. The stuff you see in these lists are the things that are currently going up for pre-order and such. So some of these have already gone up for pre-order, such as the Red Hood modern figure that just went up, the Cyborg figure that just went up, the Question figure that went up not too long ago, the 3-pack we now know is an Amazon exclusive. So this is like this list here, which again was dated, we posted back on June 3rd. This is kind of where we are right now. So if that helps you. Make mine Marvel Legends. Toy Force is awesome. I agree with you, man. Everett, yes. Well, the last G.I. Joe movie hinted Transformers, but yes, there is supposed to be a G.I. Joe Transformer crossover movie. So, yes. I'm trying to see if there's a rumored Superpowers Wave 9 and JSA 3-pack. It's close to be nice to get. Well, like I said, there is that 3-pack, or JSA, Justice League. I don't remember JSA 3-pack off the top of my head. And Superpowers, I want to say we're caught up on, as far as lists go. I think we're caught up. Like, I don't think there's any listings that haven't already been officially solicited as of right now. So I won't say 100%, but I don't recall there being any recent DC Superpower figures that have not already gone up for pre-order or released. Henry G, late to the party, been busy at work. How you I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good, Henry. Hope work is going well for you. So that's all I have for you really on the news front today. So like I say, it's been fairly slow, but Yeah. Though it is, we're actually kind of right on time. So I thought we would end up ending earlier today, but looks like kind of right on time. Daniel St. John, Superpowers 3-pack with Green Lantern Outer Man. Yeah. See, but I have not seen listings for those. I'm not saying that there aren't legitimate listings for those. I generally stick with the places I know are accurate, but I have sometimes seen listings that'll pop out from other places. But I don't think from like the distributors that I tend to follow, I recall seeing that. So again, that doesn't mean they're not coming. I just don't have any information on those for you at this time. I've had so many McFarlane pre-order superpowers and multiverse canceled by E. Any noise on the news front about that? Canceled pre-orders? Did they say why they canceled them? I mean, no. I mean, not real. I hadn't heard people having pre-orders canceled like in any major numbers. Stuff selling out quickly, yeah. So maybe they over ordered, or maybe McFarlane's been cutting orders. I don't know, but no, I've not heard anything. A Henry G manufactured disc. So I mean, again, one of the things McFarlane's been doing this year is they reduced how much product they were producing, because like last year they had so much overproduction. So that seems to have been a real struggle where between the retailers and the manufacturer of kind of getting that spot where you're not making too much but not making too little either. And so we went from making too much last year to this year where it seems like they're making too little. So I'm guessing that's probably what's happened there. Um, Hopefully, sometimes when they see something's really popular, they will go back and produce more. So if it's something you've missed, I wouldn't be surprised you might get another shot at it. But that's basically what from where I've my observations is we went, like I said, last year where they overproduced to this year where they knee jerk reaction where they pulled back, but they pulled back too much. So now they're underproducing a lot of the things, which is why you see things selling out so quickly and cancellation. That would probably um, be why retailers are having to cancel pre-orders and stuff. So again, hopefully next year they will get it right, but I think that's probably what is happening there. Manta and Reverse Flash were only superpowers I had trouble getting lines got, but yeah, like there was the Fleischer Superman and Batman, but it looks like they made that available again on the McFarlane store in a bundle. I don't know if those were super hard to get or not, but I don't collect the DC superpower stuff myself, so I don't follow it. It doesn't stick in my mind quite as much because it's not something I personally collect. But in manufacturer discontinued production or pre-orders couldn't be filled is probably the same thing, just different wording. But it's possible, like I say, it's possible McFarlane was going to go back at something that sold out quickly initially, and then was going to go back into production to make another batch, but then maybe decided not to, or places over ordered. It could be any number of things, but at, when you boil it all down, it's basically where the retailers and the manufacturers are trying to hash out that golden number of product where they're not making too much, so it all ends up on discount, but they're not making too little that quickly sells out and becomes near impossible to find. And because things don't happen quickly in toy manufacturing, it can sometimes be a process that unfortunately takes a little while. FFP. The new soups and bats in SP is at Walmart now. I got them there the other day. Oh, the Fleisch. Yeah, okay. Superpowers. Yeah, I don't. I follow. Like, I hardly ever go into Walmart anymore. It's been a while since I've been into my local Walmart, so I haven't really looked there to see what they've been carrying. Not that my Walmart ever really carries anything because they suck. But all right, well, I think we're going to call it a day. Should be back on Wednesday. But as always, guys, thank you for tuning in and listening to me to ramble. Try and answer some of your questions. Again, be back on Wednesday with another live stream video and then Friday with a regular video. But as always, guys, stay safe out there. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Wrong one. Try it again. I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. For all the latest action figure news, be sure to head over to toynewseye.com, marvelousnews.com, JediInsider.com, and tformers.com. And remember, action figures are great,